What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I'm kind of happy because we have reached the last 16 of the Italian Vault Tour. We're getting down to brass taxes, as we might say in the UK. On the left, we've got Spit Nico with Rhodes Contessa Glaciale, a Brobnar Dis and Shadows deck, 2 routine job, 3 bumpsy, things of that nature. And on the right, we've got Daniel Dobre with NG Che Nutre Le Palafita del Silencio, a Dis Sanctum Shadows deck, and the very first Age of Ascension deck we have seen on stream this weekend. We've actually got an Age of Ascension deck on stream. It has taken us until the top 16, but we've actually done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've actually gone and done it. We have an Age of Ascension deck on stream. Only took us till top 16. It seems like people are still really focusing on their Call of the Archons decks, which shouldn't necessarily surprise anybody, because the fact of the matter is that we're more familiar with those decks. We've had them longer. We've played them longer. So we do see Daniel on the right starting off then, and looks like he's gone Dis here. Oh, okay. So, lots going on. I looked away for 1 second. Look what happened. So, Spit Nico here. He's got a Loma, Flame Fist. He's got a bunch of creatures on the board. Now, that is actually an Anguish on Daniel's side of the field. The one whereby it increases the cost of forging a key by 1 for each damage on it. It's pretty gosh darn nice. So, where is he to? He's got himself a couple of amber, a couple creatures out. It's not exactly some kind of huge, ridiculous start. We've seen bigger. We've seen better. Bordan the Redeemed is the other creature he's got out. It's got an action that captures 2 amber. So Spit Nico then, he's going off. He's gone Shadows. He's actually playing the Sting here. So every time, well, when Daniel forges a key, all the amber goes to Spit Nico. But, of course, he doesn't get to forge a key himself. It skips your forge a key stage. So we're going to go Nico and Daniel for the rest of the game here, to make it a little bit easier. So it looks like he's gone for a Dis turn. Now he does get himself down. Is that that is a Dustin. When it's destroyed, you gain 2 amber. Not bad. And it looks like he just reaps with Anguish to get himself another amber. So over to Nico then. What's he got? Oh, he's got himself a... Is that a pile of skulls? No. No, that's not. That's a life wood. You sacrifice it to stop your opponent playing creatures on their next turn. Also gets himself down a couple of other Dis creatures. Gets himself down a Stealer of Souls. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting it, you purge that creature and gain an amber. And he also gets himself down... Is that a Shula? No, it's an Ember Imp. Oh, which means Daniel can only play 2 cards per turn. Ember Imp is very, very nice. So Daniel's going to need to take that out playing 2 or fewer cards, or he's going to be at a huge disadvantage until he can get it off the board. Limits him to playing 2 cards per turn, so either he gets rid of it, or he only plays 2 cards per turn. So whatever he does, he needs to get it gone quickly. So Mighty Javelin comes down here. At some point can sacrifice it and deal 4 damage to a creature. Oh, and he's actually got himself down what looks to be... Now, he's got 3 down there. So he's got his Mighty Javelin. But the Glare, he's actually got a bunch of artifacts. He's got Gauntlet of Command, Mighty Javelin, Power of Skulls, and Screech Bomb. Now, he plays his Life Word here, so no creatures for Daniel next turn. Okay, so that is Screech Bomb, Gauntlet of Command, and Mighty Javelin on Nico's side of the board. That's nice. Of course, Gauntlet of Command... It's got an action, lets you ready and fight with a friendly creature. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's really nice. Dust Imp takes down the Ember Imp here, gains 2 amber as Dust Imp is destroyed while getting rid of the most annoying thing on Nico's side of the board. And Daniel's now sitting here at 7 amber thinking, yep, I'm good here. Loma Flame Fist has gone down here. Anguish takes down... Oh, now that's really nice because now Anguish has got 5 damage on. Yeah. That was a Bumpsy, incidentally, he just took down. So now, Nico's keys are actually costing 11 to forge. And Anguish won't be there very long. You know, Nico's going to take out Anguish nice and quickly. But this turn, his keys are costing 11. He's only got 7 amber, so that just stopped him forging. He's going to want to take out the Anguish because it's increasing the cost of forging by 5 right now. But for the time being... Oh, so Mac the Knife comes down and steals a couple. Sorry, Magda the Rat comes down and steals a couple of amber. When it goes away, your opponent steals 2, but for the time being, it takes Daniel off of check, which is pretty crucial. Oh, this is a nice turn. So Nico's going, right, well, if I can't forge, I'm going to go nuts with amber. Looks like he's got 11 amber down now. Has taken out the Anguish, obviously. So he's going to be forging next turn. But Daniel stopped him by a turn. But then Nico stopped him by a turn. You see this quite a lot in your high-level Keyforge play. Nico's going to forge, so Daniel drops down an Anguish. Oh no, now Daniel's going to forge. So Nico goes about stealing with stuff like Magda the Rat, and all of a sudden, neither player has actually forged anything. We're still sitting here at 0 keys each. I think we might be settling in for a slightly longer game here. Of course, not every deck can do that. Not every deck has got the option. Some decks are just rush decks, but these decks do have some options. So we are going over to Sanctum here, getting a couple of creatures down right off the bat. So we've got a Shell the Safeguard down. It's got Deploy and Taunt, 4 power, 2 armor. Oh, and we've got a lot of capturing going on here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of capturing going on. That's nice. That is going to take a little bit to get rid of here. And that's good. Gatekeeper, incidentally, if your opponent has 7 or more amber, you capture all but 5 of it. That's what he just did. He played the Gatekeeper to capture 6 amber, and now he's stopped Nico forging again. That's how this game is going. It's just constantly, you know, and Nico went nuts with amber. He's still not forging. Now, when he destroys Vault Keeper, he will get all the amber back, but he's got to get there first. So we see Nico then plays a Bumpsy, so his opponent loses an amber. Looks like, did he play a Oh no, that's 2 Bumpsy. He does play 3 to make his opponent play 2 amber. Now, and now he's really trying to get that amber back. He hasn't taken down the Vault Keeper yet. When he takes down the Vault Keeper, it's going to be huge, but he's not there yet. Now, he is capturing here, which is nice. Capturing is good. But he's not. He's only just on check. He is on check. Looks like he's got 6 amber down there. Oh, 7 amber down there. Didn't take the amber bonus from a card that he played. Very silly, but we forgive him. So, I believe it actually played a war song, and every time a creature fights, you gain an amber. So Lash of Broken Dreams comes down. That's going to, when you use it, increase the cost of forging by 3. Oh, is that Daniel's turn? Is he actually letting Nico forge a key? He's not. Oh, that Lash of Broken Dreams was down previously. My apologies. Oh, so that's just constant back and forth. You will not forge. That's crazy. There's so much anti-forging going on here. It's just constant. I'm going to forge. No, you're not. I'm going to forge. No, you're not. We've still not had a key forged. Now, what's Nico got here? So he's over in Shadows. Is that a routine job? That is a routine job. So he's stealing some amber with routine job. That's quite nice. And he's got himself up to 7. I want to say 7 amber again. I would say he's going to forge next turn, but we've said that enough this game, and no one's actually forged yet. So we're in the situation now where I will believe it when I see it. I'll believe someone's going to forge when they actually forge. Now, I believe we saw a Dust Chronicles there. If your opponent's got more amber, then you draw a card. Oh. And we've got Plague Rats, ladies. How did I not realize this was a Plague Rat deck? Now, he needs to be careful because he's going to knock out his own Vault Keeper here and give all the captured amber back to Nico. Plague Rat seems slightly counterintuitive here. So, the Shadow South that's down on Nico's board does take the one from each of his neighbours. Now, how did I not notice there was a I was too excited about it being an Age of Ascension deck. It is a 4 Plague Rat deck. So he plays down another Plague Rat, but remember, each non-rat creature is dealt an amber for each rat creature in play. So this should be hitting Gatekeeper as well here. Plays down a 3rd Plague Rat. And so, yeah, now he's taken down his Gatekeeper. He's giving all the amber back. It's a lot of amber he's giving up. No, he's actually managed to get all 4 Plague Rats in hand at once, so bit of a double-edged sword for Daniel here. On the one hand, he does make it so the only one that's got creatures is him, and he's got 4 of them. On the other hand, Nico's just gotten all his amber back, and he's finally forged a key, and he's already on check, incidentally. He's already got 7 amber. When he got the amber back from Vault Keeper, that put him up to 13 amber, and he's sitting there on check right now, ready to go. That's pretty huge. That's really huge. So, we're back over to Nico here, and he's getting down a couple of artifacts, and he's taken out one of those Plague Rats. And is that an urchin coming down? No, that's a charrette that captures 3 amber. So already Daniel's down to 3 Plague Rats. There's a charrette on the field. Now, and there's a lot of glare. It's becoming very difficult to see these cards. Okay, so that was that Relentless Whispers? No, it wasn't. Oh, now he does get to drop a Miasma here to stop his opponent forging. That's pretty gosh darn nice. I'm fairly sure the action card from a second ago was Sucker Punch. Dealt 2 damage to the charrette, got an amber, etc. So all the Plague Rats there looks like, I think we're still reaping with all 3 of them there, which is, it's fine. I don't know, I've got a free Plague Rat deck, and I played it on the Birmingham stream against Josh, and, you know, in the lunch break when we were making sure you lovely ladies and gentlemen were entertained, and I won that game, and it's fine, but I keep going back to that Vault Keeper play, and I'm just thinking, one of 2 things is going to happen here. Either Daniel's going to win the game, or Daniel's not, fairly obviously. But if he doesn't, I'm going to be left there thinking, was it because he played all 4 Plague Rats on one turn? Maybe it is. Maybe that's going to be the thing. Now, I think we see a Shula coming down there. If your opponent's got 4 amber or more, you steal 1. That's quite nice. So we're back into this here. Oh, that was it. That was the turn. Cool. Now, I think he's got his own Lash of Broken Dreams there that he just activated. So Daniel's keys are costing 9 now, which is why he's not actually forging. So we are going back, I believe, to Dis on Daniel's side of the board here. I want to say that's a Gongoozle. Deal 3 damage to a creature is not destroyed. They discard a random card from their hand. But obviously he went after Charrette, got his free captured amber back, got the amber for Gongoozle. And now Daniel's kind of going nuts with amber. And speaking of going nuts, there's a wonderful play happening here. He's playing Exhume, the best card in Dis. Yeah, we did a video. We said it was true. And he's actually using Exhume to get back Vault Keeper on his turn. So even though it's a Dis turn, he's getting Vault Keeper back. And Vaultkeeper's capturing a bunch of amber. Oh, this is huge from Daniel here. So the Exhume there into Vaultkeeper, absolutely huge. Gets to play an amazing card, which isn't in the active house, but Exhume doesn't care, which has taken Nico off of check. And now Nico's not forging next turn. Daniel, that was a great play. And of course he played the lash because why not? Because it's going to be irrelevant. That Exhume into Vaultkeeper, that really just shows how great Exhume is. And of course Daniel's passed with somewhere in the region of a dozen amber. I think he's actually got enough to forge his next 2 keys without getting a single other amber. I mean, look, judging by the game so far, we've not seen much forging at all, so I don't think it's exactly a given that we're just going to see 2 forgings in a row. I think it's fairly easy to predict here that Nico is he's going to have some tricks. He's going to stop some forging at some point. But that Vaultkeeper putting in work twice this game. Vaultkeeper is phenomenal. We haven't done our top 10 Sanctum list yet, but if Vaultkeeper's not on that list, I shall be very surprised. Okay, so we do see a little bit of stealing coming back from Nico here. Bad Penny goes down active because of the Speed Sigil. Remember, Speed Sigil makes the first creature go down ready, but that is for both. We see Ghostly Hand getting himself a couple of amber. No stealing here because his opponent has more than 1 amber. Bad Penny then reaps again the Speed Sigil. Pretty good here. So, I mean, that's not a bad turn from Nico here. He's got 8 amber to begin with here. That's pretty good. But Daniel's going to be forging here. 6 amber. Although there is a lash down, lash is not a permanent skill. It's an action skill. So that means, unfortunately, Nico, going shadows, doesn't use the lash. Daniel gets to forge for 6. So we see another artifact coming down here. Oh. That was a lot of stealing coming down here. That was quite a bit of stealing. That's not good. That is not ideal. I believe was that too much to protect? Was that stealing all but 6 of your opponent's amber? Yes, it was. Steal all but 6 of your opponent's amber. That's a pretty good that's a pretty good card. That's quite nice. Oh, so Daniel here has got so much amber. He is going through a heck of a turn here. And he really is doing well. Now he plays down a red lock. At the end of your turn, if you didn't play any creatures, you gain an amber. It doesn't work all the time. But it's a nice bonus when you don't play any creatures. It's not perfect. It's alright. So Daniel just looking there going, yeah, mate, I've got so much amber. Like, so much amber. And Nico's probably a little sad, if I'm honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what happens. Not much can be done. Hey-ho. So, where are we to? Nico's got a lot of artifacts down. Nico's got like 7 artifacts and 0 creatures. Bit weird. Daniel here. Daniel's got 6 creatures and 1 creature. Whereas Daniel's got 6 creatures and 1 artifact. Speaking of the creature, Shula comes down. Now, Nico has forged his second key here. He was able to get a whole bunch of amber, and that's quite nice. He then plays 3 fates. That's going to get rid of that Vaultkeeper, get all his amber back. Also gets rid of the Shula and the Overlord Grekking, which is pretty gosh darned important. Okay. So Nico was able to maneuver himself to get his second key. Now plays a Fear. 2 Fear to get rid of the red lock and one of the plague rats. Of course, that does mean he can play that plague rat down now and do 3 damage for each. But 3 damage to each creature, but of course there's no creatures to be damaged, so Nico doesn't really care. Now, good news, Daniel's forging. Bad news, he is forging for 9 because Lash of Broken Dreams was used. But as it stands at the moment, Nico is on check. So Daniel's going to need to do something to take Nico off of check. So we're now at 2 keys each. So things have really escalated quickly here. After no forging for a long time, we've now gone into a lot of forging in rather quick succession. Now, Daniel could just use Lash here, but Lash isn't really a winning play. Now, if he's got a bunch of disc creatures to play and some couple of actions, and he can get himself in a really good position and use Lash, that's a good play. But just going, oh, you're going to forge next turn and win, I'll use Lash, that's not a great play, because it just gives your opponent an extra turn. If you're not advancing your board state, Lash doesn't get you really any closer to winning, it just means your opponent wins one turn later. You can't just Lash every turn. Sooner or later, your opponent's going to get 3 more amber, and it's going to be all over. Lash is a nice part of the puzzle, but Lash isn't going to win the game. Lash is not a winning play. Lash is a stalling play, so to speak. So, what's he got here? What's he got? It's a lot of thinking. A lot of the times when a player thinks this much, it's indicative of they don't really know what to do. Not in a bad way, in an I've looked at my hand, I've looked at my opponent's board. There's no play that really stands out to me as being the optimal play. Although there might be a little bit of a judge discussion going on here. I'm not exactly sure what the discussion is. So we do see Daniel checking out his discard pile here. Having a look at his hand. Sooner or later, we're going to have to start this turn. Sooner or later, something's going to have to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to see something. So what does he have? I mean, we take a look at his deck list here. He's got Ronnie Risklocks that can steal Amber. And he's got Sucker Punch, which doesn't steal, but it's quite nice anyway. He's got Too Much to Protect, which will steal all but 6, which wouldn't do anything right now. Daniel's got a weird kind of Shadow Suite that doesn't have much stealing. I mean, Miasma can stop your opponent forging. Ronnie Risklocks will steal 2 Amber. And Too Much to Protect will steal all but 6. There's basically just those 3 cards. I mean, the greatest You Will Not Forge card he's got here, as he's shown throughout the game, is Gatekeeper. If your opponent has 7 or more Amber, capture all but 5 of it. So that's cool. And that would stop the forging here. But he's already played it and then exhumed it. So there does seem to be quite the discussion going on here. Something's happening, ladies and gentlemen. But I think we are ready to get back going with the game here. So, Daniel, he's got the Lash of Broken Dreams. The Lash would do it. The Lash would absolutely do it. Now, okay, so he has gone Dis. He has used Lash. So he saved himself at least a turn. Now, if he can save himself a turn while getting enough Amber to forge next turn, that could be a game-winning play. But unfortunately, that might not be... That's a lot easier said than done. So the Lash comes down. Nico is officially not winning the game next turn. That's lovely. But we need more than that, ladies and gentlemen. We need more than that. It's not enough to just constantly slow your opponent down. You've got to do something more. You've got to get yourself to win the game. And does he have anything? Now, I can't see how much Amber he's got, unfortunately, there. So I don't know how close he is to winning. Now, like I say, he saved himself a turn, and that's absolutely lovely. But I'm trying to see where his winning comes in here. I'm trying to see how he gets to winning the game, and I'm not seeing it. So, we're back over to Nico here. He's gone Dis, and he's got Stealer of Souls coming in, which is a very nice one. 6 power. When a creature is destroyed fighting it, you purge it and gain an amber. And he's got his own Lash there as well. So now we're back over to Daniel, and we're in a little bit of a game of chicken here. Just bit of a chicken. We don't know what's going on. Okay, so Charette comes down to capture 3 amber. That's going to do it. So once again, the game of chicken continues. But I'm struggling to see that Daniel's doing that thing that happens a lot where he's stopping his opponent, but he's not winning for himself. So Nico, again, he's not forging. He's got 4 amber. Fine. But, you know, now we see Nico getting down a couple of Bumpsy, making Daniel lose a couple of amber. Now Stealer of Souls is taking out Charette, which will, of course, be purged. And will gain Nico an amber, because that's what happens when Stealer of Souls destroys a creature. Cool. But, I mean, when I'm commentating these games, right, I like to look at them and go, right, either player can win. And I don't know that we can. Sorry, does that sound mean? No, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing Daniel can do. There was not enough there. Now, the judging pause, incidentally, one of the players was asking if he was allowed to look at his deck list during the match. It was decided, I believe, that he was, because he did at one point. So that was the big pause. It was literally just one of the players asking if they could see their deck list. So, congratulations to Nico. We had a very kind of weird, slow end to the game there, where Daniel's just, well, now I'll go Lash of Broken Dreams, now I'll go Charette, but he was doing that thing, and it was a hard thing to commentate, because all he was really doing was going, I've just stopped you forging. I've just stopped you forging. But he never got to a stage where his opponent was actually in trouble of not winning the game, and that's a bit of a problem. So, thank you very much to ilVizzo for letting us use the footage. Congratulations to Nico. Commiserations to Daniel. We will, of course, be back with round 8 rather shortly, so do make sure you subscribe for that. Tell me what you think about the game in the comment section. Make sure you like the video and follow me on Twitter at Wossy, where we can talk Keyforge and other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.